Hi, I'm Aiman, and welcome back to one of my auto repair videos. Even though there's auto parts in front of me, this isn't a how-to video. If you watched my previous video on how to replace the front strut for a Honda Civic 2010, you would know that it took us about an hour, or maybe two, to replace the left side or driver's side front strut. However, this job is actually supposed to be like a 15-minute job. So, on the passenger side, it was a bit less time, but there were still some minor problems. But anyway, hey Aurelia, the point is, it took longer than we expected. So after we replaced the front strut with this new one, well not this new one, but this one, we noticed that there was some weird noise coming from the suspension. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe later I'll try to describe it so that we don't have to cut in the middle of this. But basically, because of this weird sound, my dad decided to replace this front strut with the old strut, which is right here. So when he replaced it with the old strut, he noticed that the sound was gone. So he contacted the manufacturer. Oh wait, no. He contacted the seller, and they basically told him to. Oh, the seller is AM Auto Parts, by the way. Basically, the seller told him to send the old part back, and he thought it was a bit of a hassle to take apart the car because he already installed it, and to repackage it and put the old struts back on. So eventually, the seller decided that they would just send him more replacements. Alright, so let me be clear. Originally what happened is that the company wanted my dad to send the old aftermarket parts back, both the driver's side and the passenger side, because he bought them as a unit, even though only one was failing. So eventually, after a bit of a back and forth, the company decided to send him a replacement aftermarket part, just the driver's side, so that we could replace it. So we didn't have to send it back. So I just gotta say, shout out to AM Auto Parts for that good customer service. Alright, so let me just show you why this old part was defective. So right now we have this new aftermarket part, and if you take a look around it, you can see that nothing really seems to be out of the ordinary. It's going to be a bit hard to handle this with an umbrella. Let me just put that aside for now. It's raining, but it's only a sprinkle. So if you take a look around here, on this old aftermarket part, you'll notice that there's something a bit off, especially at the top here. So this rubber right here seems to have been completely destroyed by the suspension. And just for sake of comparison, here's the new aftermarket part. All around you can see that it's jutting out. And, you know, I guess why not? On the old part, the original part, this is what it looks like. So because of this, we can conclude that it's probably defective. So my dad seemed to think that it was defective from the start because when he was trying to put it in, it was so difficult. So, and usually he's already done suspension jobs before, and he thought that it should be easier. So he also noticed that when he was trying to put it in, that the old aftermarket part that we have is a bit bent compared to the new one. You might not be able to see it through video or with the naked eye, but we used a ruler to measure it, so we could tell that this was a bit more bent than this one. So I guess now we have this replacement, so we can see how effective this part actually is, and how fast the job can actually be done. Alright, so as you can see on the left here, the front strut is actually now replaced, and that took my dad under 5 minutes, and that is even with the CV axle falling out. He managed to put it back in, but he did all of that within 5 minutes. So if the CV axle didn't fall out, it would have taken less time. But that just goes to show that maybe we're thinking that it was the part that was defective, but maybe we ended up bending the front strut when we were trying to force it in. We like to think that it was defective though. However, just because it was defective doesn't mean that it's the seller's fault that the product was bad, because after all, this product was made by TRQ, I think. I think it was made by them. But the seller, AM Auto Parts, gave us a really easy time with getting a replacement for this. And I think you really should consider these I think this is not their logo, but I think you really should consider AM Auto Parts out of all other aftermarket part dealers or sellers because they gave us a really easy time with customer support. Granted, my dad does tell me about all these other online sellers like Rock Auto or A1 Auto Parts, and he's never had to return a part to them, so we don't really know what their customer service is like. However, our customer service experience with AM Auto Parts has been positive, so I think I recommend them. Alright, so those previous sellers that I listed before are online retailers, you know, like Rock Auto and A1 Auto Parts. But to be honest, my dad trusts local retailers more than he does online sellers. So he trusts more like, you know, AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, Pep Boys, NAPA, just to name a few of them. And you know, it's written policy, so it's easier to do, especially with returns. Sometimes he uses eBay and Amazon. In the case of returning for eBay, the seller has to pay for shipping, and for Amazon, according to my dad, it's a bit easier because you can just go to any Kohl's and bring the item. You don't even have to bring the packaging, just the item. That's what my dad tells me. I'm not sure for that myself. I guess while I'm here, I should make a comment that if you do want to minimize or completely absolve yourself of any risks or problems that might arise while you're trying to install a part, you might want to get a genuine part instead of an aftermarket part, because there's only a very, very, very small chance that it'll be defective, and you'll probably have no installation problems if you do get a genuine part. In our case though, we had a choice to get a $65 per part versus a $250 genuine front struts. So of course we decided to go with the $65. That was heavy. Alright, so today there wasn't any technical stuff, but if you do want to know how to replace a front strut or front suspension strut on a Honda Civic 2010, then you can always check out my video on it. I said earlier that it was a 2-hour job. Maybe I was exaggerating a bit. On the left side, on the passenger side, it was a 30-minute job, but on the driver's side, maybe it was an hour and a half. I might be overestimating that. But anyway, I think that's it. I'm Aiman, and thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, look at other videos on Aiman, especially the auto parts videos and I guess repair videos on the Honda Civic. And I was gonna try to get a cool shot with all three of these, but oh wait, hold on. I'm Aiman, and signing out. Peace.